Good?
Here we go, go. Nice. Nice. So what people don't understand is like how separate your mind has to be to all the limbs in your body.
Uh-huh.
All right, guitarist.
Are we recording again?
Yeah, why not?
It's time to run the Barracuda! Everybody do it now! Do what, baby? Come on and do the Barracuda!
G'day, viewers. This podcast was brought to you by Koala Karma, the chill out drink. Sit back, relax, play some metal. Why not? On today's episode, I bring you Jeff Anderson, a metal drummer from a band called Dirty Brew. Let's just hear about it. As I burp again, had a couple of beers on this one. Feeling good. Anyway, over to you, Jeff. Thanks for coming down, champion. Yow. Jeff Anderson, how are you, champion?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Put it there, mate. Look at you. Metal drummer. Yeah?
Yeah.
Leather jacket. You got all the gear on today.
Look the part?
I've had a hell of a day, mate. A crazy day. So it's good to have, I was just thinking as I ducked up around the corner and grabbed a couple of beers for this, how it's perfect that I've got a metal drummer in this room because I've had just a crazy day and all the metal I've listened to as a white kid from Logan.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It's just something, it fills a big gap in us. It fills a big void, particularly like days like this. Just before we started here, right, I put on a little bit of Pantera.
Sure.
And just instantly like, oh.
Yeah.
What is that? Have you ever analysed that?
Oh, I've never probably looked into it that deeply, but I know the feeling it gives you. And I don't know, it's just heavy metal, I think, is a very different, there's so many different genres of music, but there's just something about that just gives certain people that release. And I guess that some other, I don't know, a lot of forms of music probably just don't bring that feeling upon us, I guess.
Yeah. It is interesting, though. You know what I equate it to, right? Hang on, sorry.
All right.
Let's have a drink. I really need it.
I plan to.
G'day, Carl Miller. Carl Miller's in the corner yet again from Celts Entertainment. Today's a real special one. I've got Nico Polkinen, who I met on a plane from Tokyo only like a couple months ago. What a champion you are, mate. He's filming this today. First time we're going to film. He's got the GoPro. So
Nice.
I equate metal, before I get to know you, to, let's think back 100 years ago, where, say, I don't know, the English or where Nico's from Finland. And I'm not being race-orientated when I think about this, but definitely orchestras.
Sure.
The very technical 100, or I don't even know how many pieces are in an orchestra, but you think of all that music.
Yep.
And there's something in it that we're still carrying on that tradition, especially with drumming in metal bands. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, why is it? You know what I mean? There's something that we just crave for. And these time signatures.
It's just the power of it, I guess. They say metal was derived from what they call the tritone, which they say is the note that they used to summon the devil, and that's what they say is where the heavy metal sort of sound sort of came from, is what I've been told.
Truly,
but
is that an actual rhythm or?
I think it's and look, this is a drummer talking about a guitar part here, but they say it's I think it's three notes or something like that, but what they can refer to as the tritone.
Wow, I want to Google that right now.
You go right ahead.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? We got it. So you're down from More FL. While I Google this, because I really love doing that.
Yep.
Tritone. I'll tell you something. When I grew up playing guitars, as much as I loved Metallica was the first one for me. Maybe it wasn't, but Megadeth, Pantera.
Yep.
You know, I'm doing the classic big three, right?
Sure. Yep.
I can never play it on guitar.
No.
You know, and I'm sure we all sort of took the easy route and just did a lot of AC/DC. Am I right?
Yep.
Most, you know.
I think starting back then, a lot of people did. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and a good point. Starting back then, you know, I wonder what the kids do now with all that back catalogue of what's what. You know.
You know, in the early '80s in Australia, and anyone that was getting into heavy metal, it was basically Iron Maiden, AC/DC, and that was about it. And then I guess that era of the 80s happened when all these glam bands came out, but then suddenly heavy metal was the biggest form of music in the world there for a while. Certainly in the 70s there was Kiss and there was, Judas Priest and some of those bands, Motorhead, but they just weren't as prominent, I guess, around that time era. Well, Kiss obviously were very, very big, but it's just, and then there was that 80s explosion there, but, a lot of the kids I think back then were starting on AC/DC and, maybe for something really extreme back then it was Iron Maiden, and then suddenly half the world were playing heavy metal and all these new guitar heroes were born.
Yeah, so, things like Donington Rock Festival, that cover of Metallica's Master of Puppets.
Yeah.
There's a picture of Lars and the cameraman's behind him, and it must be, 250,000 people or something. People. You cannot see the end.
No.
Where's Donington? No, it's UK.
Yeah. Let's talk of that festival coming here next year, actually.
Really? Mm-hmm. Called that?
Mm-hmm. I think it's just to replace Soundwave, which, fill that void that Soundwave had, I guess. But, there's talk of it coming. Apparently it's all signed off, but, apparently Donington here in 2017.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Very cool.
I love traditions like that, Because now that I'm 43 and old, it just seems like there's another festival all the time. Remember back in the day, it was like, what was it called? The Big Day Out.
Big Day Out.
Big Day Out from memory, and saw Soundgarden there. It was like the start of the big festivals in Australia. And then I went, wow, this concept going to every big major city.
Yeah.
Then out came another festival. Then it was like, now there's like so many festivals I don't even know what's good anymore.
No.
I did go to, was it Soundwave, the metal one?
Yeah.
The very last one with Slipknot. And Slipknot were great.
Yeah, great live band. I was at the same show.
Yeah.
Yep.
That blew my mind, man.
Yeah.
I really didn't know what I was going to expect.
Mm-hmm.
And Slash was on just before them, remember?
Yep, on the other stage, yep.
He was great, but I remember seeing a lot of metal that day going, Slash just seemed like old man music.
Yeah.
Did you get that feeling?
Yeah, I probably did. I mean,
I love him, though.
Oh, yeah. He's certainly got a great name. He's certainly a hell of a guitarist. But, you are right. And then Slipknot absolutely packed the place, so, yeah.
Mm. And they used everything, like the big screen, their masks. They just had it all worked out.
Yep,
it was just, you could not compete. And then as before was Slash, where it was just your classic rock, that the rhythms whatever, whatever.
These days it probably doesn't even sound like metal anymore. It's probably more like a hard rock band, but, yeah.
Mm. So, okay, I've got a million questions to ask you.
Sure.
Let's start off with a drumming nerd question.
Okay.
And let's go backwards. What's your drum kit now?
The drum kit now is a special edition Sony kit. There was only a limited number. I can't remember the number anymore, but there wasn't a lot of them made. But it's just they've got odd-sized drums in this drum kit, and I've had it for a few years now. But great sounding kit. I'm running with that kit, and with PA vinyl cymbals has become my sort of kit of choice at the moment. Right. Yeah. But nice kit, yeah.
And you smash it, you throw a ride cymbal on the ground.
I do. That's an idea I've actually had in my head for a long time, but it's never come to fruition until Dirty Brew sort of got together, and it was literally a week or so before our first gig last year, where I sort of pulled the guys up at the at a rehearsal, and I said, "Guys, I want to do this. What do you think?" And they, I guess from the smiles on their faces, they thought, "Yeah, we're onto something here," and it's become a real part of the show now, and you can see now that the crowds are getting quite a lot bigger at our gigs. You can see the cameras come up at the end of the thing because they know what's about to happen. But it's turned into something even more now. I throw it on the ground and then the other guys start stomping on it, and this symbol is a mess. Excellent. But it's fun to do. It's certainly one of my favourite parts of a gig. Sure.
Well, drumming is such a major part of metal.
Sure.
Hey, I presume that you're like everyone else. You've got interest in all music, perhaps, yeah?
Yeah.
So there's something about. Did you start in playing in a metal band, and you've stuck with that?
As far as starting goes, no, it wasn't a metal band. It was just a high school rock band. The band that got me into drumming and music in general was Kiss. I've been a gigantic Kiss fan since about 1976. And that would only stem from a poster on my sister's wall. Right. I saw these guys and they look pretty good as a little guy,
Yeah.
But yeah, I just developed this passion for the drums, and everything I did as a young guy was derived from Kiss drummers. More so their second drummer, not Peter Criss, their first drummer, but
Who, the Fox?
The Fox, yeah, I was a big fan of his, and the current drummer, Eric.
What's his name again?
Eric Carr.
Eric Carr, yeah.
Yeah.
He died, didn't he?
He died in 91. He had cancer, and it went into his heart, and it killed him. Actually, same day as Freddie Mercury. He died on the same day, but it kind of got overshadowed by Freddie Mercury's death, so it wasn't sort of as well known, I guess, at the time. Yeah, but no, the first band was just a high school rock band, playing mental as anything, bands like that, so yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's it like Tuesday night on a rehearsal night, being in a metal band when you're a drummer, when the guitarist can, they're working hard in all, but the drummer, he hungover or what, just has to be going, I hate you guys.
Yeah, it's look, it's any excuse I get to play the drums. I love playing in front of a crowd. I'm the guy who doesn't want to leave. I just love it. It's a real. Yeah, I'm not a drug user, but that is my drug. It's something that I just can't get enough of. But even rehearsal nights, they're a lot of fun. And yeah, sometimes you will have those nights where it's just monotonous over and over the same song, trying to get it right and things like that. And you're the guy sweating, and you're the guy that's just dripping with water, and because it's just such a physical instrument, especially in a metal band. But that's what it is.
It must be hard, man, because like I said before, always been in AC/DC style bands,
sure,
where it's a riff and your chorus is another riff.
Yep.
And then you've got a bridge. You might have a real sort of technical intro and outro,
sure,
to go back to.
Yep.
But my mate's in Face of Mutiny.
Yep.
They're a great metal band.
Sure.
Yeah, Lucas Smith.
Yep.
He's a bass player, and I said, "What's it like in rehearsal, man? When someone comes along with a new song, it's not like you can't. If you break down a metal song."
Yep.
The guitarist riff might be just that's a bad example.
Sure.
But you can't hear the whole song like you can someone who's playing a riff.
Sure.
It's not until the whole racket is put together.
No. Yeah.
Does the guitarist ever go, "I got this riff," and you're like, "That's dog shit." Then you go, "Oh no, I can hear it."
Yeah. Yes and no. I guess most of the Dirty Brew songs have all been just derived from the guys coming in with an idea, particularly. I'd probably say Mick and now Jimmy, who's our new lead guitarist. We were a 4-piece band all of last year, and then Jimmy joined us at the start of this year, and he's taken over as the lead player. But Mick initially was the guy probably who came in with a lot of it might just be a small part of a riff, and we would just jam it out until we came up with something that we thought was quite catchy, and then we'd run with it and see what we could turn it into. But that's probably the Dirty Brew writing process, and then you've got Brad, who's our singer, and he's generally just sitting on the ground listening to what we're playing, and that seems to give him a topic, I guess. Whether the riff is putting thoughts in his head or something, but that's next minute he comes out with, I'm thinking, we've got a new song called Murder of Crows. And when we're writing that song, he said, I'm thinking something about crows, and the next minute we've got a title called A Murder of Crows, and a song's born. That's sort of, I guess, how it all happens for us anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I ask then how when it comes to recording, how does a metal your band typically do it? Is it just like you put down a drum track?
Yep. That's exactly what we did with the CD that's sitting here on the desk here. That's exactly what we did. I went in and cut all the drum tracks. And then went in with, I think, Chris playing bass after that, and then Mick did the guitars, and then vocals over the top, and many, many weeks later, months later sometimes, it's all been mixed and mastered, and you got a CD.
So other than Kiss,
yep.
What's another great Aussie metal band? Oh, what's another band that jumps to mind?
Yep. From Australia?
Well, yeah, I'll go and ask you because I know you came from Moorfield today.
Yep.
Someone showed me Dead Kelly a few years ago.
Yeah.
And, man, they're from Yandina.
Yeah, okay.
They are just a
great
metal band. And I feel sorry for them because they are metal.
Sure.
I know they're great, and I wore their festival. I actually wore their shirt at Soundwave, and every 200th person would go, "Yeah, man, Dead Kelly."
Yeah, that's really cool.
But then I thought, here's a great band, and they're so technical and they're so awesome, but they will never make $1.
Sure.
Potentially,
sure.
And That's tough in metal, right?
It can be. Yeah, I don't know what we